Hey YouTube, it's Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre, here with you. As you can see, Buffy Xenaman, also known as Chris, is not with me. He should be here either, well, later today or possibly tomorrow, since Wednesday is my birthday. And I know I'll be getting a couple birthday shout-outs from people. Swap Meet Searcher for one, so shout out to you, man. Cinema Sickness, I may have to remind him, but if there's anybody else out there that watches my videos that would like to give me a little birthday shout out, I would greatly appreciate it. It may help with my subscribers, you know, who knows. But I am back here with you to do a second part to DVD Collector 1974's movie for each year of my life. And today I'm going to be talking about 1985. I was 1 year old then, and I don't remember much from being 1 year old, of course, but a movie I'd like to talk about is one I saw when I got a little bit older. I think I was like 12 or 13. I think like 13 in 8th grade, getting ready to go into high school when I saw this movie. And this movie is one of my favorites to this day, but it is The Breakfast Club, and it stars, let's see, we got, of course, Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy, Anthony Michael Hall, Emilio Estevez, and Judd Nelson. Of course, he's the rebel of the group. But it's basically about these 5 kids, and they have to spend a Saturday in their high school in detention, and their principal is making them write a paper about who they think they really are. And basically they spend the day together and they start out hating each other, but by the end of the movie they come to really like each other and become friends. And I think it's a really cool movie. It's one of my favorites, and excuse me, it's just one that I grew up loving. And I love the actors in it. I've always liked Molly Ringwald, and Emilio Estevez, of course, he's one of my favorite actors ever since The Outsiders. He hasn't done much lately. Judd Nelson, he's done a lot of like TV stuff. A few years ago he did the Cabin by the Lake movies, I think they were. Ali Sheedy, she's done quite a bit. I will be talking about another one of her movies in part 2 of the underrated stuff, so you'll have to wait for that and see what it is. But back to The Breakfast Club. You know, they're dealing with a principal who's a real dick, and of course that is what they call him. They call him Dick, and his name's Richard. But he's just a real jerk. Treats him like crap because they're all in there for different things, and you find out why that is near the end of the movie. But it's just a really great movie, and you really believe that these kids could be friends in school, because you've got Anthony Michael Hall, he's the nerd, Emilio Estevez is the jock, Molly Ringwald, she's the prom queen, Judd Nelson, he's, like I said, he's the rebel, or as they call him in the movie, the criminal. And of course, Ali Sheedy is the basket case. But this is just there's just so many great moments in this movie. I couldn't name them all off. And I think one of my favorite parts is, oh gosh, I'd have to say it's the part where, Judd Nelson, the principal's put him in another room, and he's made his way back to the library where detention's being held by crawling through the ceiling, and of course he falls through, and he has to hide under the table. So he ends up hiding under the table, and he's right between Molly Ringwald's legs. So I think he either gets like a swipe at her panties or something like that, and she uses her legs to grab him, and he starts yelling under the table, and so they all have to cough to cover it up. It's just a really funny part of the movie. But this is just a movie that I loved when I was younger. It was one of the few movies that helped me get through high school. and I'm proud to say that I got through it. I'm officially class of 2005, and I'm proud to be that, you know? This is just a movie that I think everyone should watch at least once in their life, and if you haven't, I would just say, you know, give it a rent, give it a buy. You could probably find it in the $5 bin. It's a movie that's really worth a look. It's just one of the seminal high school movies of the 80s, you know. You look up at the screen or the TV or whatever you're watching it on, and even me, I wasn't in high school yet when I first saw this, but I had been in the high school here in Holton Lake at the time because I was a choir boy in middle school, junior high, whatever you want to call it. Here we call it middle school. But you looked at the screen and you're like, that's my high school. And it's just so true. I mean, this could be a high school in any town, anywhere in the U.S. And, you know, this principal, you could have had a principal like this. I mean, even I had a principal like this. Or, well, I should say I had a few principals like this. They were all the principals I had, most of them were jerks. But this is just one of my all-time favorite movies. You know, 1985, The Breakfast Club, just a great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's one that I would highly recommend. It's one I highly enjoy. And I think I really don't know what else to say on this movie, but I hope everybody gives it a look. I hope everybody enjoys it as much as I do. If you have seen it, you know, let me know what you think of it. You know, it's just one of those movies that you just have to see it. Just take it from me. You have to see it. So, those are my thoughts on The Breakfast Club, and once again, this is Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre. I'm telling you to enjoy life, enjoy some Starburst, enjoy some Skittles, and in the immortal words of Chris, eat that chicken. And we will see you later.